Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrea. This is the place where I share everything I'm learning about Etsy. I have been an Etsy seller for 7 years, and so yeah, this is where we talk about Etsy. This video is part 2 from my Etsy listing video. Last week we talked about why you should even care about Etsy's listing video feature and 5 product video ideas, and today we are going to be talking about how to actually get those videos. So the technical how to make an Etsy listing video. Okay, so this video is gonna be kind of technical just because it's all about the how-to. So the very first thing I want to dive into is what are the, I guess, like techie aspects of your phone that you need to be editing, like that you need to set before you even press record. So the very first thing is that Etsy listing videos have no sound. So you don't want to be talking through them. You don't want to assume that your customer is going to be hearing them because they won't play with sound. Very first thing to note, no sound on Etsy listing videos. Second thing is that they are 5 to 15 seconds long. Any shorter than 5 won't be allowed. Any longer than 15 won't be allowed. These are really easy videos to make, guys. This is a no sound 10-second clip, okay? So super simple on that. Next thing to note, you definitely are going to want to shoot horizontally. There are definitely some exceptions, and I would like to add the caveat that if the answer is make a vertical video or don't make a video at all, I would still choose make a vertical video for sure. So this particular YouTube video is going to talk about how to make an Etsy listing video the right way, but I still think the wrong way is better than not at all, if that makes sense. And maybe that's not the good, like maybe like business people wouldn't say that that's good of me to say, but I just think it's really important to use the feature. And so if you are like, I'm either making a vertical video or I'm not making a video at all, by all means, make that vertical video. Scrappy action is better than no action at all. So anyways, let's talk about the right way. The right way to make a listing video is with a horizontal video clip. And it's not just horizontal, it is a horizontal video clip that is the same aspect ratio as your photos. So that is kind of gonna depend on what you usually list your photos at. So for me, which some of you guys might always have vertical photos, in that case, by all means. For our shop, we usually list with horizontal photos that are in the 4:6 ratio or 2:3. And so that is what we are going to make our video camera shoot in. If I was shooting it on this camera, I'd have to edit it down in Final Cut. If I'm doing it on my phone, I can edit that right in my phone. I can make the aspect ratio of the video a little bit different. So that's really helpful. And then the other thing is that you want to make sure that your phone, if you are shooting with your phone, it's set to 1080 pixels or 4K, whatever one, but definitely not lower than 1080 and 30 frames per second. So that is all the technical jargon of recording your listing videos. Again, I really do believe that sometimes, and especially in this case, and most of the time, honestly, taking any action is better than taking the perfect action and like waiting to take the perfect action. And so if all of that overwhelms you and you just want to open up your phone and click record and then post it to Etsy, just do that. You just do that. And I am not saying that to like mimic you. I'm saying like, do it. I applaud scrappy action more than I applaud no action. But obviously for the sake of this video, we are going to be talking about a good listing video. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the more that is not a word at all. The videography aspects that make a video good. You might not know this, but I actually came from wedding photography. So when I was starting my Etsy business, I was starting my wedding photography business as well. And then my Etsy business ended up being more profitable. So I left my wedding photography business. I still shoot some, but just for fun, for people that I know. But yeah, so I come from wedding photography. I come from like specifics about photography. I like composition. I like taking photos. I love talking about light and all those sorts of things. So that is what we're going to talk about now because that's where I come from. So video aspects are very similar to photography aspects. So if you've ever taken a photo and you've noticed light differences and all those sorts of things, all of that still applies whenever you are taking a listing video. So the very first thing that I want to talk about when it comes to getting really good listing videos is finding good light. This is relevant inside or outside. Inside, your best bet is to go up to like the best natural light source, so a big window or maybe a door, and get as much natural light as you possibly can if you're shooting inside, and you want to turn off all other ambient, all other lights. So basically, if I was shooting inside like I am right now, I'll actually just explain this with this video. I am letting all the window light from here come in and all other lights are turned off. So that is really important, mostly just because the all other lights turned off throws off a lot of people. It's because that light isn't necessarily pretty light, and so we are wanting to use all the natural light, soft, pretty natural light, and get rid of all that orange, ugly, fluorescent, any kind of other bulb, unless you have like a video light, but that's a whole nother thing. So that's how you find good light inside. Finding good light outside is a little more tricky, but if you perfect it, it's beautiful. So the two main tips for finding good light outside is to look for shade and to also make sure that the sun is behind your subject's head, because that makes pretty clear light on their face. So those are your tips for finding good light. The next thing that I want to talk about are the little details and really paying attention to composition. The composition of your video, which basically just means when someone says composition, they're talking about where the subject is on the frame. It's really important for creating impactful photos and videos, honestly, and the composition can drastically change a photo. You can have two photos taken in the exact same lighting scenario and they can look drastically different solely based on the composition. And so I really, really want you guys to focus heavily on your composition when you are taking videos for your listing videos. So that, and then also make sure that you're tapping to focus and you're really paying attention to detail whenever you're shooting. The last thing is video specific. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's not video specific at all. You want to make sure that you are showing every aspect of your product. So that means that you're shooting tight, you're shooting wide, you're getting all of the details and all the hard work that you put into it, you're really showing off. And so you want to make sure that you're getting every aspect of your product, shooting tight and wide, and making sure that you have just, that you're like paying attention to detail, all those sorts of things. It's like, seems obvious, but it really does make a huge, huge difference in your listing videos. Once you have your video filmed, like you have the footage of your video, it is now time to edit it depending on the type of listing video that you chose. So if you have a one-shot video, you're going to need to trim down parts of it just so it doesn't look like you're like, oh, okay, you want to like trim down when you started the clip and when you ended the clip and make it sure it just looks like one soft, pretty clip. If you have chosen to make a listing video where you go cut, 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 you're gonna wanna pull them into iMovie or Final Cut or Adobe Premiere, whatever editing software that you wanna use, and make sure that they are stable and pretty and trimmed down and that they're looking really good. And then once that is ready, you are just gonna export that clip and upload it to Etsy. And then you have your listing video. Once it's uploaded, your listing has a video. And then from there, it is just duplicate that process over and over and over again for all of your listings. I definitely recommend starting with your 5 best sellers. If you've hung out here at all, you know that that is a piece of advice I give a lot. So starting with your 5 best sellers and making those listing videos. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope that this video was helpful and that you now feel confident and equipped to go out and make listing videos for your Etsy shop. If you are interested in growing on Etsy, I would love it if you hung around, because that is what we talk about around here. And you can download a free Etsy shop scorecard in my description, in the link of the description in this video. And just make sure that you have all of your T's crossed and your I's dotted for your Etsy shop. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'd really appreciate it if you hung out around here and subscribed. Thanks, guys.